What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, as always, thank you, God, for another day and opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications so you can join the Rich Gang family. And last but not least, let's go ahead and reach 50 likes on this video. And be sure to comment down below. Where are you tuning in from today? I'm coming out of Cali. So look, as y'all can see, by the looks of the title and the screen, I am bringing y'all the new and best glass cleaning slasher build. Now I'm telling you, this is easily one of the best and funnest builds to go out with coming on season 8, and today we're going to be making this build out of the power forward position. Now once it comes down to the breakdown of the pie chart, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to make this build out of a few different ones actually, but for the best one possible. I'm telling you, we're going to be able to finish at the rim, which is honestly going to make this all the better for this kind of build. Easily one of the best 1v1 builds in my opinion, and right here with the blue and the red pie chart, but we're going to have a little bit more of the finishing than the defensive for it. Now for the physical profile, you have two options. If you want to get the one with the higher vertical, I would really recommend picking that fourth one, but if you want to be the fastest possible, go ahead and pick the first. Now I'm telling you, we are only taking a -3 hit if you do go with the fourth one, and we're getting a huge boost put towards our vertical, but I'm going to be going with the one with a 74 speed, which is going to be the fastest. Now, as we go ahead and get into the breakdown of the build, just be sure that y'all follow along with the stats and everything's going to work out. So right here, when it comes down to the close shot, I'm going to go ahead and max it out. When it comes down to the driving layup, go with a 66, max out that driving dunk, and then when it comes down to the standing dunk, go ahead and put this to a 92, and right there we're going to be able to bring this build up to a total of 25 finishing badges. Now as you can see, with the shooting on this build, you necessarily can touch it if you want to. You just have to make the right adjustments in order to still maintain the build name. However, I'm not going to go ahead and focus on that for this kind of build. I really want to be able to work on the playmaking, finishing, and the defense, and I feel like that's going to be good enough. Now once we go ahead and check out what the build is going to be looking like with the wingspan maxed out, everything is going to be perfect, because once you go ahead and get the full potential of this build, you're going to really see what we're going to be able to do. Now for the playmaking, as you can see with the pass accuracy, go with a 67, then we're going to max out that ball handle. For the post control, go with the 73. That's 14 playmaking badges right there. And then for the interior defense, I'm going to go with an 80, 64 for the perimeter. Then for the lateral quickness and steal, I'm going to max both of these out. And then when it comes down to the block, we're going to get an 85 there, 85 for the offensive rebound, and as well as an 85 for the defensive rebound. Now the lineup is 25 badges when it comes down to the finishing, 25 for the defense, and then 14 for the playmaking, and we still do get 1 for the shooting. Now you have a lot of things that we're going to be able to work with on this build, especially once we go ahead and get into the height, weight, and wingspan. Now in my opinion, this is honestly one of the most broken 1v1 builds that you're going to be able to make. So with the body shape, if you want to go ahead and take up a lot of space, I would recommend going with burly, built, or even defined. Now once we go ahead and get into the height, look, 6'9" is the reason why the stats aren't at their best, but if you go ahead and put this build to 6'7", look, we have an 85 speed, 83 acceleration, and an 80 vertical. Now this is the one with the fastest speed possible for the build, and when it comes down to the weight, you definitely want to go ahead and drop that even more. Now if you go with 181 or even bring it up to where it does not affect the physicals, you can pretty much do that as well, but if you just want to go ahead and keep it at the lowest, that is definitely okay. Now once we go ahead and get into the wingspan, as you can see, we're already going to be able to get contact dunks. But if you go ahead and max this out, I'm telling you, there are different ways that you can go ahead and work with the wingspan. As long as you like the main attributes as well as the physicals, go ahead and base it off of your own liking. And one thing to keep in mind as well, once you go ahead and get the gym rat badge as well as hit 99 overall on this build, the speed is going to go up to be a 97. Now with the acceleration, that's going to be a 94. Then we're going to be able to maintain an 88 vertical. But if you did go with the 4th physical profile, these numbers are going to look different but pretty similar. Now, as for the close shot on this build, I'm liking that we're going to be able to get a 99 if we do buy boost, especially when it comes down to the standing dunk and the driving dunk. Now, we have 4 takeovers to pick from, which in my opinion makes this build even better. So, the playmaking, rim protecting, glass cleaning, and the slashing. I would definitely have to say that the rim protecting and the glass cleaning are pretty solid, but I would definitely go ahead and recommend picking the glass cleaning. From there, if you do decide to pick with the playmaking, I would definitely say that's going to be fun too, because you're going to be able to break ankles. The fact that we're going to be able to do that and get contact dunks makes this build all the better. And as y'all can see, we were able to create the glass cleaning slasher, y'all. Now, with this build, telling you, the comparisons of Draymond Green, Scottie Barnes, and Zion Williamson, great comparisons all around. Now from here, we're going to check out what this build's going to be able to do once we max it out with the full potential. So, we already went over the main physicals, but remember, if you do max this build out, that gives us a +4. Then if you buy your own boost, another +4, which gives us 8 right there. And if you do decide to run with teammates that have on floor general and defensive leader, +12 off rip. So essentially, you'll be able to get a 99. Close shot, driving layup, gonna be brought up to the 80s. Then when it comes down to the driving dunk, of course, we're going to be able to get 99 here. Same thing for the standing dunk. The shooting, we're not too worried about that. But once it comes down to the playmaking, I feel like we're going to be able to speed boost, especially with that playmaking takeover. With the post control, this is going to go up as well. And then once it comes down to the pass accuracy, if the playmaking takeover is going to be activated, we're going to be able to get both our ball handle and the pass accuracy into the 90s. Now, if that applies for the post control as well, same exact thing. But when it comes down to the defensive end, I would feel like we're going to be looking very solid. Now, for the shooting, there's 2 badges that I would probably consider. One, being volume shooter. Second, I guess you can say hot zone hunter, but I'm telling you, I don't feel like it's going to make too much of a difference whether or not you put on either of these badges. But for my liking, I would definitely have to say, even if you want to go ahead and test out volume shooter, that would be very solid. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. We got 14 badges here. So for my liking, I would definitely have to say the first one that we should go with is going to be hyperdrive. Now, if you're looking to use this build more as a 1v1 type, I would definitely go ahead and put on quick first step as well. Now, 8 more remaining badges. Triple threat juke is definitely going to help us out. Now, if you want to, Unpluckable is definitely a badge that I would consider. From there, if you're going to be playing with teammates as well, I would consider Bullet Passer. I know a lot of y'all are probably thinking, why not put on Quick Chain? But I'm telling you, there has been proof put out already that you do not need Quick Chain. Now, we have 25 badges for both the finishing as well as the defensive. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with our finishing first. So a badge that I really like to start with, of course, everybody else does too, is going to be Posterizer. From there, you got to go ahead and pair it up with Limitless Takeoff. Now, I'm telling y'all, these badges, when it comes down to the finishing, make a huge difference, especially if you know how to activate them. I'm going to go with Fearless Finisher on Hall of Fame. The animations that you get activated out of this badge, I'm telling you, super solid and effective. From there, I'm going to go with Slithery Finisher as well as Hook Specialist. Now, we have 5 more remaining badges. So if you wanted to, you can go with another post-scoring badge, or even if you want to go ahead and test out Back Down Punisher, that is solid as well, or even Rise Up. Now, Unstrippable is solid too, so I'm going to go with that on Bronze, and from here, we're going to go ahead and get into the defensive end. So, 25 badges to work with as well. And I think it's solid because we're going to be able to get all gold badges out of this area of the build. So, go ahead and put on first Intimidator, Clamps, as well as Rebound Chaser, and you cannot forget about Rim Protector. Now, there are a lot of badges that you should be able to test out and base off of your own preference. I'm going to go with Hustler as well as Chase Down Artist, and for the final 4, You can go ahead and split these up if you want to. I'm going to go with possibly bronze, tireless defender, or if you want, you can go with bronze interceptor. But for the very last badge, I'm going to go with gold pickpocket. Now remember, you can base these badges off of your own preference. And as y'all can see, 25 badges for the defensive end, 14 playmaking, 1 shooting, and 25 finishing. And man, thank y'all to those of you who made it to the end. Let me know what y'all thought about this build in the comments down below. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. And don't forget to go ahead and turn on post notifications to join the Rich Gang family. Let's go ahead and reach 50 likes on this video. I know that we can do it. Again, thank y'all for the support. And thank you, God, for another day and opportunity. God bless y'all. And with all that being said, man, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.